let's just take a breath.
Yep.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Yeah, yeah. Well, the moment has arrived. Karsten and Mondo, we are, literally, 27 hours, I think, something like that, away from the big competition. But I'm not going to start there, right? That's just slightly unfair. I'm going to warm you in to chat a little bit about your seasons, etc., etc. Because the last time, certainly, we all sat like this was right at the beginning of the season in Paris. You hadn't even competed. And I remember saying to you, Mondo, where are you going to compete? And you said to me, China. And I said, what day is it? You said, I don't know. Right? You said to me, I wasn't sure what day I was competing. And then you went on and broke the world record in your opening competition. So the way you started the year, you've just continued.
Yeah, pretty much, which I'm thankful for. I feel like for me, I don't know, the indoor season, I didn't jump the way that I felt like I could have jumped. And so I just, the next like month and a half or whatever it was in between the indoors and to the beginning of the outdoors, I just really, I don't know, got into some good shape, locked in, and then started to really find like a good feeling and everything in my jump. And then, ran into a big one.
Yeah, just play it down a little bit, right? Just run into that big one in that sense. I mean, Karsten, for you, your season started and we're still continuing. You've gone under 47 seconds numerous times, Olympic silver medal. Can you summarize your season so far? Because it's not quite over yet.
No, I think it's been both good and some things I wish could have been better. You know, it's like when you have a career that I have, you always aim for the gold medal. You always want the gold medal, but still also in a competition, you don't always get it as the way you want to. So, but for me, it's always, you know, about showing up and putting everything that I have on the day that the competition happens, put everything down on the line. And that's the attitude I bring every time. And then, you know, the results are what the results are going to be. And yeah, that's why I also, you know, find it fun to continue the season. And as Mondo said a lot of time, I think this 100 meter as well has been a little motivation for both of us. You know, after a championship, no matter how it is, it's always, you know, you need to pick yourself up a little bit. And this 100 meters has been a good motivator when it comes to that.
A little bit of a motivation, that is for sure. But since the Olympic Games, you go back home and there's huge celebration because of what you actually achieved in that sense. You're still a young man. So how are you kind of still dealing with all this attention and focus on you when sometimes you may just want to party?
Well, I did that too. I never said I didn't do that. Okay. But I think for me, I got it out though. And I think that's what helped me to look forward and, you know, still re-dialed back in for the second half of the season. And I think for me, I think that's a good thing. I like to enjoy the good moments when I have them, you know, especially like won the Olympics, broke the world record in the Olympics, like the craziest thing you can do. Yeah, the ultimate of the ultimate. So it's like, of course I'm going to celebrate that one pretty hard. And then when I start waking up after a few days or weeks or whatever it was, then I'm back and then I'm ready. And I'm still a competitor. And, you know, I was even going into like Lausanne, the first competition, it was more like, I didn't know exactly how I was going to feel, but it was the same feeling that I always get, is those little butterflies in my stomach right before that first jump. And so it doesn't really change. It's just less sleep.
Yeah, just a little bit less sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, you did the ultimate in Tokyo as well, didn't you? Breaking the world record, getting the Olympic gold medal. I mean, did you celebrate like this young man?
I think I got something to learn from Mondo, actually.
Can't celebrate that. He doesn't have it in him.
We were talking about that going up here, and but I'm pretty sure I can drink him well under the table. But we'll take.
Is this another challenge now? Is it another challenge?
That will be the Weltklasse next year. No, but actually I didn't. I didn't celebrate that hard, and I don't know why. It's like I think I've gotten too much into this rhythm where it's always the next, and sometimes, you know, you regret it as well. You know, I think Mondo is doing the right thing to really let the moment sink in, and you know, now also knowing the feeling of getting a silver medal, you know, you kind of regret also, you know, letting these moments slip, but that's been my path to the success me and my coaches had. It's been always looking at this new thing, and of course, maybe it's it's not always the best way, but it's been my way, and maybe it will change in the future. But sometimes I think the best moments is also when you look yourself in the mirror and say, we did it, we did it. I think that's cool for Mondo as well.
That's the way that you both operate. You know, you're individuals, of course. You know, backgrounds are completely different. What you want to do, how you want to celebrate your successes are always down to you. I mean, as you know, I was in Norway for a little bit of a vacation. I did pop into Sweden, by the way. Just sailed a little bit in, said hello, and then left. All right, so no favoritism.
Pretty quickly, right?
Yeah. No favoritism, no favoritism. But you know, the fact that I was watching how athletics is really grown in certainly in Norway in that sense, and the enthusiasm of youngsters I saw when I was at the track. You know, watching the youngsters, some of them train. I mean, that is of course down to your successes as well as yours as well, Mondo. You know, Scandinavia feels like we are as one in that sense. So, how do you feel about your input in really transforming Norwegian athletics?
I will not put everything behind my name. I think there's a lot of people that are pushing track and field in Norway now, but I still feel very proud to be part of it, because I've seen like the new generation now and the way we have performed. It's created a big enthusiasm in Norway, but it also showed that it's always been there, you know. There's always been a lot of interest for track and field in Norway, but everybody wants to have someone to cheer for. And now in Norway there are a lot of people to cheer for, and you know, we have good broadcasting, we have a lot of journalists covering this, and the level is insanely high among the athletes. So this has created a big interest, and for me, who loves track and field, there's nothing I want more than the next generation to choose track and field when it's their chance. And when I was growing up, I went to Sweden for a lot of competitions, and I remember thinking, wow, track and field
it was huge.
It's even bigger in Sweden, right? So I went to Världsungdomsspelen. You've been to that? Yeah, some of those, and I think it's great there as well. And of course, with Mondo and everything, these things will boost, and it's such a great thing for the Nordic countries to have people to look up to.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, I don't want to start any stirring now, right? But when I was there in Norway, they said to me, Colin, you know, the Swedes are kind of funny. I said, what do you mean? And they said to me, you know, we'd always support them if they, you know, if we got out of the competition, but the Swedes never support us. Is that true?
Well,
Careful, Mondo.
It depends. It depends.
I'm only the messenger, by the way. Well, remember, right?
It depends. There's like this big brother, little brother construct to it. Norway being the little brother, that is. But no, I mean, I think that if there's no other prior connections or relationship, I mean, if there's a Norwegian in the mix, you feel it. You don't feel the same as if it's Sweden. It's like this friendly kind of rivalry to where it's like, but you still have the connection. You still go for them. You still go for them, ish. It's more like that.
Okay,
it's like a bittersweet kind of thing. Okay. Especially like I like to watch golf and all that kind of stuff. It's like when you see like Victor Hovland, those kind of guys, like good, just kind of like, dang, that's cool. Kind of wish he was Swedish though. Yeah, it's like actually, so close but so far. It's like yeah.
But actually, the Swedes are just pissed that they didn't find oil. That's what I've heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what it boils down to in that sense. Okay, we get
just the messenger.
Yeah. Just the messenger. Well, talking to the messenger, should we talk about this big event that's happening now? I mean, of course, before your maiden events, you've got this little event that is going on, and the challenge itself was set up in a jovial way. I mean, I wasn't really expecting this to happen. It was just a handshake. Was it in Monaco? I looked at the stadium. Was it where you were training? Handshake, and then boom, we're here. So, Mondo, you're holding the mic up. You're happy to take on this challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like kind of my suggestion, I guess, in a way. But no, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's still like weird. I think it's starting to settle in a little bit now. Like when I get here and I see the whole setup and it's all official and stuff like that. Because for me, it was just so relaxed and just really just shit talk, just proper shit talk. And we're just normal, like just two people challenging each other, just out of just like over testosterone, whatever it is. You know, we're just like just want to compete at whatever it may be. Yeah. And for me, I like running. I think it's like the greatest thing ever. I love to sprint, and so when it comes to a guy that I also like, I feel like is on par to what I would imagine that I'm capable of, then I feel like it's just a perfect combo.
Okay, I'm going to say something. The original plan for you was to take on Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, right? He's a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you very much.
Probably so.
When it comes to the he's a little bit of an upgrade. Maybe you should have just settled with Shelly-Ann first.
Okay, but that one I'm pretty confident.
Okay,
that one
yeah.
I'm actually like 100% confident in.
Right.
But that was her actually calling me out.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of difference. This is more me calling Karsten out, actually. This one. But other than that, no, I feel good, and I feel like I'm definitely on the level to compete with this guy. So I don't have worries about that. No.
When you said compete, I thought you were going to say kick butt then, but yeah.
But I was implying that kind
Yeah,
of.
okay.
Yeah.
You know me, Karsten. Well, I mean, I'm not a stirrer at all, right? I don't mix it up whatsoever. But, for you, when Mondo, of course, put out the hand and said, yeah, come on, then let's do this, did you really think it was going to happen, or you just think it was just idle chit-chat?
When the handshake goes down,
Yeah.
it always has to happen, if one of them is pushing, and I think both for me and Mondo, this makes sense. I think even though I want to trash talk the shit out of this thing, I still feel like I have to say there is a big nerve in this competition. Yeah. I've never seen him sprint 100 meters. He's never seen me sprint 100 meters. We don't even know ourselves. We decided we're not going to train together before this. We just want to see it tomorrow. And honestly, me and him didn't create the hype. I think the event created the hype. People want to see this. It's something new. It's something that excites. And I don't even know myself, but I wouldn't have shaken his hand if I wasn't confident. That's for sure.
Are you nervous?
I mean, yeah, like nerves is maybe not like the perfect word, but like I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. Like the juices are flowing, and I'm starting to feel like. But I mean, it's different. I mean, for sure, like I'm less confident in this than I am pole vaulting.
Of course.
I'm better at the ladder,
Very happy to hear that.
But I don't know. I just don't. I think that I've done a few 100 meters back when I was in high school, and I just felt like there's no better feeling, and there's no feeling that's comparable at all to that split second right before that gun goes off, and you're just like there waiting for it, and everything just kind of releases when it happens. So I just. Yeah, I mean, it's like a good, I don't know, it's like the biggest bundle of energy you could possibly have. It's hard to explain.
Well, I'm going to throw it over to Karsten now, and I'm just going to say one thing. Do not let a pole vaulter beat you, mate.
That's a deal.
Okay. But no, do you feel a little bit anxious yourself about it? Because Mondo's a class athlete. I mean, when you can do what he can do, the man can shift.
Mondo is big time world class, and that's why I think this is so funny, and I think it's gonna be a real matchup. But of course, I'm gonna give him everything that I got, and I know that he will do the same. And that's why we're here. We're here to find out, right? That's what the excitement is all about. Who will cross the finish line first? And it's like when you're play fighting with your buddies growing up, it always gets serious at one point, right? And that is when the battle is really going down. That's how it's going to be tomorrow. Now it's all fun and games. And when we are at that line, it's not going to be that much fun anymore. It's just going to be games. So I think everybody is in for a real dogfight when it comes like real running wise.
Now I know a couple of people that you have been training with and doing some starts with, using Smile, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean. I'm not gonna show up to anything unprepared. I'm gonna make sure that I get my act together, I guess, a little bit, because of course, I know that Karsten will have, in some ways, some advantage of being more comfortable in blocks than me. But I do my fair share of block starts, not of course to that level, but so yeah. I mean, since the Olympics, other than the competitions that I've had, of course, I haven't touched a pole, haven't looked at a pole. Only blocks. Only thing I've been looking at. Yeah. It's true.
I know he's been doing some starts with Fred, and that's Fred Curley, right? A decent 100-meter runner.
We never said I was beating him.
No, I didn't say that.
I was doing blocks with Fred to feel some speed. Yeah.
So that's getting the input, right, from a
So now you know how it feels to be behind.
Okay, all right, okay, and that's it.
Hey, watch out for that closing speed. Watch out for that closing speed. Yeah.
So on your front there, Karsten, have you done any? Can I call the preparation with Fred like special training? Because it's like, I guess it would be, right? Yeah. Okay. Have you done any special training in comparison to this young man?
Yeah, I've been training with this great sprinter called Life. He's behind there.
Coach Life up there.
Pushing 100 kilograms, full of muscle, a real beast. So we've been doing the block workouts and the sprint workouts. So that's the only guy I'm leaning on when it comes to this battle. And I actually think that maybe Mondo has more block starts than me since the Olympics. I was a bit more. I didn't have the luxury of knowing that I was gonna win in also Poland and stuff. So I needed to think a little bit about the hurdles. But yeah, I know how to start in blocks. I've done that a lot of times and do that every competition. But still, a block start for the hurdles, as you know yourself, is a bit different from the 100 meters. So I've been trying to tweak it a little bit into becoming a little bit more 100 meters. I actually sent my block starts to Usain Bolt. Yeah. You want to know what he said?
Sure.
Go on, let's hear what Usain had to say. I'll be interested to hear what Usain says. And we'll find out whether it's the truth, right? Yeah. Let's have a listen to this.
Yeah, great internet.
Not good internet.
Yeah,
he said, you shouldn't walk out the blocks, you should push. So it's like, I probably have, but I've done a few block starts since I sent him those videos.
Do you know what makes me kind of smile a little bit, which is in your favor? Like, Usain wasn't really the best coming out the blocks. So if he says he's a bit, you could be.
Yeah.
I'm
in the money. Yeah. I'm in the money. Yeah.
You're the money. Okay, I want to know from both now, what is going to be the best part of your race? Because lots of us kind of, we've had this discussion and what we think is the best part of your race, and we'll come to what we think is the best part of yours. So, Mondo, you first. He hasn't got one.
Yeah.
Right, Karsten. Yeah,
no, I think that, for sure, when I was like the years before when I did the block starts when I was in high school, it was definitely like the closing speed and like when I really got up into my running. But I'm a lot more explosive than I was then. So, but I still think that I have like really good top end and sprint endurance. I think I can hold it for easily, for sure into 100 meters. But it's different, But no, I think that I'm gonna have a good start, and I think I'm gonna be good in the first like 50, 60, and then. And then from there it's just running. You know what I mean? You're just sprinting. Then you just sprint and then you just see what celly you do before the line. But other than that, I think that I'm gonna have a good start. I was watching his start for the 400 meter hurdles in Silesia. I got to watch it like right there, trackside.
You got it covered.
It was okay. Yeah. So I felt it was okay, and I felt like that the first part of the race. Yeah. I think I can get him right there.
You can get some down.
I watched the pole vault as well, and
okay.
I jump on both bigger and stiffer poles every day.
Yeah. So I hope not.
Yeah. So there's a lot of talk about your finishing speed, Karsten. Obviously, coming from 400 meters, they expected you to come on really strong. But I also reminded people that in 100 meters, when you're charging down, there's the chance you could get a little bit tight if you're behind. Is that something you may be concerned about?
I've been running the 100 meters a lot of times growing up, just as Mondo. This is what I think is fun about this thing, because we both have a relationship with the event, but it's a very long time ago, and a lot has happened for us both since then. But I've had a lot of bad 100 meters, and I have a lot of good 100 meters. And not to reveal any magic tricks here, but I think Coach Life has one thing that he says about speed, which I think is great.
Okay.
And which I'm gonna
share with
back
us.
of my head, and Mondo can have it as well.
Okay.
He's gonna need it. And that is that speed cannot be forced. And I've tried forcing speed a lot of times. And every time you see someone running 100 like this, they never win, right? And it's something about speed that is this magical thing that either you have it that day or you don't. And you need to be relaxed as well. You can't push it, right? And you know this as well. So I think to find that flow is probably what is going to be the main focus. And I think both me and Mondo has we have the skills to do it, but there's going to be a lot of pressure tomorrow because we're both going to win, and that's when this is going to be, interesting to see.
Now, one of the young athletes that I look after at home said to me, Colin, can you ask Mondo this question for me? I was like, go on through. He said, if Mondo runs really well at this 100 meters, would he consider running a 60 at the European Indoors? I was like, ooh, that's a good question. So maybe if you want to give the pole vault a rest and you can get some great turnover, would you challenge yourself for an indoor 60?
I mean, I guess I'd have to qualify first, probably, which I don't think that would be that easy of a task. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Yeah, I like running. If Karsten does it, if Karsten does a 60, maybe. If he wants a rematch or something, or there's some sorts of thing like that.
Well, he does 4 indoors, doesn't he? I mean, he does a little switch indoors in that sense. So I was wondering whether, I think that's a fair question. Because if you've got turnover and you get out the blocks, well...
Yeah, if I ran a good 60, then whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, Euros would probably be my better bet. Than
I wouldn't touch the world. Yeah. No, yeah. Look at the Europeans in this sense. Sure. So when we kind of reflect on this whole storyboard, then, we're going to be here, we're going to be competing, we're going to get this 100 meters out the way, done and dusted in that sense. Will it be a little sense of relief, or because one of you is going to have bragging rights, right? So I'm not so sure who's going to rub the other one up the most. I mean, if you beat him, I mean, would he ever hear the end of it?
No, never.
Okay.
Never. He never would. He never would. And so that's what I'm excited about. That's what I'm excited about.
Well, silencing him.
That's what. And that's what I'm visualizing in my head. Because of course I'm not going to go into this and visualize anything else other than me winning. So in my head, that's the only thing that I can think of. So that would be quite sweet.
Okay,
quite sweet.
It's going to be quite sweet if he takes the victory. Karsten.
Yeah, I think I'll mention it now and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will. Yeah. Of course, the bragging rights is what we're fighting for, and to me, that's worth more than a lot more in this world. So that's what both of us want, and of course, we're gonna rub it in.
Okay. Now, do any of you look at the polls?
At the
polls, what people have thought about who's going to take the victory?
Yeah, some of them has been rubbed in my face. It doesn't look too good for me, huh?
No.
Did that add more pressure to you? Because a lot of people are saying that you got it. I mean, I know there's 3 women in here certainly said that you got it. Put your hands up. Where? Katie's there.
He's a pole vaulter.
Of course.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, they were just a bit biased. But I did mention to them that I was a hurdler, so I outvote them, right? So we had to have that balance, right, in that sense. But no, I mean, the polls have been in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, in the actual track community, I'm still an underdog. But I'm more hyped right now because it just broke the world record in the Olympics, like, 2 weeks ago. So, like, naturally, I'm going to have, like, the popularity side on me in that kind of way. So I think that makes it nice. I think that makes it pretty nice and balanced. And I think that probably in the end, it's going to be very much split between me and Karsten.
You have got a big smile on your face while you're saying that.
No, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think the whole thing is funny, honestly. But in a really good way. In a really good way. So, yeah.
Karsten, how do you feel? Are you thinking to yourself, when the global view, you're an underdog?
Yeah, I'm pissed about it. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting to me, but still, it's nice to let the pressure a little bit over on the Swedish side, I guess.
Yeah. There you go, gentlemen. We're all looking forward to it. That's absolutely.
See your shoulders already. It's like
they're getting tight. They're getting tight.
It's just how I am. I just have that. I don't have a neck really. That's my normal posture. But
well, before we wrap up, I got to touch a little bit on your real events that you're going to be doing as well.
We don't need to talk about that. That's boring and lame.
You got to do that. We got to do that.
Yeah.
You're here in Zurich. I mean, obviously, you'd most probably love to set another. I'm not pushing for a world record, right? I'm just saying for meet record would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm actually being dead serious. It's really hard for me to think about it right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I really have a big task at hand tomorrow, and so it's hard for me to look past that. I mean, of course, when it comes down to it and I'm on the track and I'm jumping, then I'm going to want to jump as high as I can on the given day.
Yeah.
And so meet record, yeah, for sure. Jump as high as I can, but it's an afterthought right now.
It's an afterthought.
That's plan B, yeah, plan, the first things first, and that's the race.
And Karsten, I mean, I'm going to have to bring last year you didn't win it here, if you remember. Yeah, I didn't want to
Put
say
in,
that.
man. Thank
No, I didn't want to bring it. Do you notice I put my head down when I was saying that in this sense? So,
I'll take
I
it,
mean,
I'll take it.
but obviously you want to come here and you want to really dominate again your particular event if possible.
Yes, but also I'm a little bit on Mondo's side when it comes to that all my thoughts has been on the 100 meter ever since my last hurdles race in Poland, because that's where my focus needs to be right now. But the 4-meter hurdles, even though I have great opponents there, it's something that I know. It's not going to be like learning it again once the Thursday comes. So that's going to be whenever it comes. But of course I'm here to try and win that one as well. That's what I always try for. That's the only thing I always can guarantee, that whenever I go out there, I will give it my all and put everything I have on the track that day, and hopefully it holds for a win.
Possibly 2 victories, right, in Weltklasse in the same year. Possibly. Who knows? It would be pretty cool.
It would be cool.
It would be pretty cool. Have we got any questions from the floor here? Yeah, go ahead.
Just to follow up on the polls that you guys were talking about, one of those were reposted by Michael Johnson, where 54% had put Mondo as the winner, and he said 54% are obviously wrong. So just your thoughts on his thought on the poll.
That's what Michael said.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Michael Johnson's a big fan of the field events in general, so I don't think that he would be particularly keen on me winning or me being the favorite. So it would be a bad night for Michael Johnson if I win tomorrow. I'll say that. That'd be a bad night, and that would be pretty sweet. That would make it even more sweet, actually. I would love for him to have a bad night tomorrow.
What do you feel, Karsten? At least he has your back in some way.
Yeah, I think great recognizes great or something like that. But no, I'm joking. It's hard to say. I think what is fun about this is that everybody can have an opinion, and I've seen a lot of opinions. Some have been, pulling it towards me, and a lot actually also towards Mondo. And I actually appreciate all opinions here. It's even though I said it gets to me, it still also gives that extra nerve to this, because if it was one-sided, it wouldn't be worth watching. And I think also Michael Johnson think that this will be an event that he's very excited to watch. I think this is something that everybody has been talking about. We need something to spark up the track and field world, and this was beyond my expectations, how much people are really looking forward to this, and how much people are talking about this and looking forward to this. So I also think it's fun to hear, the stars that were in the 80s, 90s, to hear what they have to say about this, because I appreciate all opinions, because it makes it even more exciting.
Last question, will you guys be running in the same shoe model tomorrow?
Not the same exact shoe, but yeah, both PUMA.
He got the chance, though.
He
got the chance, yeah.
He turned down the Berserker, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it because of the name?
No, it was just because, I don't know, I don't want to be the same as Karsten, and it just felt like I wanted to carve my own path. No, not really. I just did the blocks, and I didn't have time to get used to it. So I've done blocks on the other shoes that I had, and so it was basically just that simple as that.
Because he told me this April that the name might have caused some controversy in the legal department of PUMA, so I thought maybe that's why he didn't want to wear it.
No, that was the only reason why I wanted to wear it, actually. But no, I just didn't have time to get used to it.
It's a cool name.
It's an amazing name. It's an amazing name. So yeah, it was just too short of a period. And I was waiting for Karsten to send me the pair. He kept holding it out on me, holding out, and then he sent it to me a week ago, and I'm like,
there was a few delays there. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
I think it got caught in transit. No, I'm joking. But yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And athletes of the 90s, not just the 80s, right, as well. I'll just remind you, right?
The 70s, of course.
And the 70s as well, yeah. There may be a few there. Any more questions from the floor? Yeah, let me run over. See, I can still run, Karsten, you notice? Not very well.
Quick.
First of all, we ran a poll in Norway, 30,000 voted, and 91% believes in you, Karsten. So, big surprise.
I'm doing a poll with the pole vaulters.
My question is, have you decided the rules in case of a highly unlikely false start or 2 or 3?
We discussed this in the car, and we both agree that, you know, starting when the gun goes off is a good idea. And if you look out there and see whatever they put on, it's going to be tough to cancel it if one of us false starts. So I guess, you know, hopefully we won't figure out what happens then, but I believe Mr. Andreas and his friends here at Weltklasse have a plan. One will get shot, was that? No.
No.
No?
No.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a good.
Can I kind of reveal what the winning prize will be? Can I say that? Or have I got to wait for it to tomorrow? We release it tomorrow. Oh, that's something else for you to wait for. Oh. Any other questions? Oh, yeah, we've got some questions here. Do you need me to run over with the mic? Are you quite happy?
As always, when it's like a brotherly duel, it's always not a winner prize, but it's also a loser prize. And my question is, what is the loser going to do? Can you reveal?
You see the next day. You'll see the next
We'll
day.
see.
Yep.
But, you know, it was actually Mondo's idea, which means it's gonna hurt. Yeah,
It will hurt.
Really gonna,
It will hurt you very
whoever
badly.
loses
It will hurt you
is
very
gonna
badly.
be, is gonna be, yeah, it's
gonna
gonna be
sting.
emotional damage.
It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna sting. It'll be tough.
Well, absolutely fantastic. I mean, it must be said, you know, I'm really, really fortunate to have the pleasure of sitting with you on numerous occasions as we've talked all sorts of stuff through your careers. And it's been a real honor for me to be able to do that. And this special occasion tomorrow night, I'm so looking forward to it. And I just hope that you guys enjoy the opportunity of having this head-to-head in this unique moment. It even made the news in the United Kingdom. You know that, don't you? Yeah, it headlined our news. So the results...
All the way over there.
All the way over there. You know, because we got nothing to talk about in the UK, obviously, right? In this sense. But yeah, it made the news. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? It's global news.
Yeah, I think for both Karsten and I think the impact has been bigger than we could have even imagined. Because for us, like I said, it was just a silly thing. It was just two guys being competitive and just saying, hey, let's race 100 meter. And if it was going to be in one of our backyards or just on the strip over there, then it was going to be that.
Happened, yeah.
Yeah, and then it just happened to kind of blow up into this really, really real thing. And so I think it's great. I think it's great for us too. I think it's great for just the sport in general. I think the spectators will love it, hopefully. So no, it's fun. It's cool.
It's fun. Karsten, do you want to add anything to that before we wrap up?
I feel the same way. I think it's really cool to see the impact that it has and that it creates a lot of interest. And I think it also shows that, you know, it's sometimes friendly banter can become bigger than you think. And now we really gotta own our words, both of us. And it's gonna be a great time.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, as is everybody else. So I wish you all the best of luck. So Karsten and Mondo, thanks very much for that. There is going to be 10 minutes for you guys to have your little chats with the guys. I think Mondo's staying here. And then, Karsten, you're going a little bit further on. But for now, gentlemen, thank you very much. But you can't escape without my selfie in front of here. You know we have that annual selfies, right? So let's do that.